A sudden burst forward instantly tears through the silence and opens the deadly hunt. From that moment on, everything becomes a contest of speed, precision, reflexes, and the ability to strike before the opponent. In nature, the advantage always belongs to the one that controls the prey's movement before the opportunity disappears. Just one beat too slow can completely reverse the entire situation. But when the finishing blow is delivered in a split second, does the prey still have any chance to escape the fate that has already been decided? Death adder versus prey. The death adder has one of the most unusual hunting styles in the elapid family. Instead of actively pursuing prey, it builds almost its entire hunt around ambush. Its patterns help it blend into dry leaves and the forest floor, allowing it to remain motionless for very long periods without wasting energy on a chase. Its most distinctive weapon lies at the tip of its tail. The death adder can wiggle its tail like a small worm to lure lizards, frogs, or other vertebrates close to its head. The tail movement also mimics the kinds of motion that prey animals naturally pay attention to, making the false signal convincing enough to trigger an approach. The death adder barely needs to chase its prey. It lies motionless among dry leaves, turning patience itself into a hunting advantage. Rats rely heavily on smell and movement to detect danger, but a predator that barely moves is extremely difficult to notice. When the rat comes close enough, the death adder can switch from complete stillness to an extremely fast forward strike in an instant. Death adder venom acts strongly on the nervous system, causing the rat's ability to control its muscles to gradually decline after the bite. For the death adder, hunting rats is therefore decided mainly by camouflage distance and one precise bite rather than by pursuit strength. King cobra versus snake. King Cobra, the ruler without a throne among the vast forests of Asia. Not only is it famous as the longest venomous snake in the world, reaching lengths of up to 5.5 meters, it also possesses formidable hunting abilities and a level of awareness rarely seen in the snake world. Even its scientific name carries a haunting meaning. Snake eater. The most dangerous weapon of this king is not that it possesses the most potent venom, but the enormous quantity of neurotoxic venom it can inject in a single bite, enough to quickly push even very large prey into critical condition. The king cobra is a specialized snake hunter. Much of its diet consists of other snakes, from rat snakes, Krait's cobras, to venomous snakes. In contrast, the rat snake is almost born to become prey for snake hunting predators, and its familiar body scent is always something that attracts the king cobra. Each time the tongue is retracted, chemical signals are delivered to the Jacobson's organ, helping the snake determine the direction in which the scent trail is becoming stronger. With non-venomous snakes, such as rat snakes, the king cobra always attacks as soon as it encounters them without hesitation. The most dangerous thing about the king cobra is not only its venom. Its searching, pursuing, and prey-handling behaviors are all built around hunting other snakes. Its tracking ability is especially well suited to its diet because its main prey are also snakes creatures that leave long scent trails as they crawl through the environment. Places with many rats, frogs, and small animals often attract rat snakes, meaning their own food sources indirectly create favorable hunting grounds for the king cobra. King cobra venom is not the most toxic in nature. However, it can inject an extremely large amount of venom, up to 20 times more than ordinary venomous snakes. The venom contains neurotoxins that act on the junctions between nerves and muscles, causing the prey's ability to control its muscles to gradually decline. Backward curving teeth act like hooks, keeping the rat snake from slipping back out whenever the king cobra adjusts the position of its jaws. Mussurana versus rattlesnake. Mussurana, the bearer of a death sentence for some of the most dangerous venomous snakes in South America. Cloaked in mysterious black. This snake hunter has become one of the reptile world's most formidable enemies thanks to its extremely impressive resistance to venom. The Mussurana's special defenses help it neutralize much of the dangerous effects of venom from some of the most notorious snakes. With its habit of specializing in hunting other snakes, it suddenly lunges forward, locks down its opponent, then repeatedly constricts with powerful muscles. Before calmly turning a creature that once possessed deadly venom into a huge source of nutrition, sliding straight down its digestive tract in a short time. Today, the rattlesnake's strongest weapon has met exactly the kind of predator that evolved to deal with venomous snakes. When the rattlesnake loses its ability to resist its long and narrow body, actually becomes an ideal form of prey for a specialized snake eater to swallow whole. A snake's stomach acid can drop to a very low pH after a meal, beginning to break down muscles, internal organs, and soft tissues before the food continues into the intestines. The prey processing stage inside the Mussurana's stomach usually lasts around 4 to 8 days, and it may seek out a resting place and avoid hunting over the following week. Banded Krait versus keelback water snake. The banded krait is a true snake hunter. Other snakes make up a very large part of its diet, from non-venomous water snakes to cobras, kraits, and vipers. The keelback does not possess comparably dangerous venom with which to fight back. Its main advantages lie in struggling, biting in defense, and trying to pull its body free from the predator's jaws. But the banded krait is built to handle exactly this type of prey. The long body of another snake is not a major obstacle as long as its diameter remains within the limits of the krait's jaws. When it comes time to swallow the prey, the banded krait uses a rather special mechanism. The two sides of its jaws can move forward almost independently, alternately gripping and pulling the water snake's body progressively deeper into its mouth. With another snake as prey, the long and narrow body actually becomes an advantage. Instead of needing to open its mouth extremely wide, as it would with thick-bodied prey, the krait can draw the prey inward through a series of alternating jaw movements. Gopher snake versus rat. The gopher snake is a professional rodent hunter. Rats, gophers, and other small mammals make up an important part of its diet. Unlike many venomous snakes that sit and wait for prey, the gopher snake can actively crawl into rodent burrows, searching inside the very tunnels the prey uses as shelter. This means the burrow is no longer an absolutely safe place. The gopher snake has no venom at all. When it catches a rat, it must rely on the initial bite and the muscular strength of its entire body. The more coils it locks around the prey, the less ability the prey has to twist or pull itself free from the snake's jaws, while the snake continues maintaining pressure with the muscle groups running along its body. Queen snake versus molting crayfish. The queen snake lives mainly around clean streams with rocky bottoms, which are also exactly where crayfish often hide in crevices and beneath rocks. Most of the time, the hard shell and powerful claws make a crayfish very difficult prey for a small snake to handle. But immediately after molting, the new shell is still soft. The claws lose much of their defensive ability, and the entire body becomes far more vulnerable. Their diet is so specialized that freshly molted crayfish make up nearly all of the food in many studied populations. The moments we have just witnessed show that the terror of a hunt lies not only in the speed of the strike, but also in how everything can end before the prey even has time to react. In the wild, just one small mistake is enough to turn a few brief seconds into the boundary between survival and disappearance. If you were impressed by these hunts, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe to the channel to continue discovering more breathtaking moments of survival. Thank you for watching. See you again on the next journey.